minutes.
Yeah, good one. Good one. Very good one. Okay. So what we need to do is we just have to open two files and make an entry. Make two, open two files. First is this file. So now, okay, as of now we have only one machine. So just let me remove the second one. And the IP address is 14, right? 14. So you make an entry in two places. Okay, one is this one, and the second one is this one.
So this file is available, or we have to create this var named.
We have to create.
fdb.
Yeah. Yesterday yesterday showed, right, in that documentation. In that everything is there. Every time you change it, you change the IP addresses, you have to modify this file. And what I do, so this is 14. So we'll make the second entry later on. First we'll make only first entry, then we'll make the second entry. So after doing this change, every time you make a change, you have to restart it, right? So now also when I say ns lookup load balancer, it will not come, right? The thing is, in every client machine, you have to tell what is the DNS server. So the DNS server is replace 7. Every time you reboot this will get this file will get changed. So in order to avoid that, what you say, you checker -i etc resolve.config. If you give it, even you reboot also nothing will happen to that particular file. It becomes like a read-only file. So now you say ns lookup, it works, right? Now if you say ns lookup, it works, right? So far you are clear. So now let us go back to our documentation. So first you create a single instance, and next one we will just add a load balancer to this particular instance. Okay, so the first step in our documentation is prepare the single instance. Yeah, so single instance. Now configure DNS server setup. We have configured it, and you added it. You just have to add the IP address in this particular file and restart it. So now for the single instance, we'll configure the load balancer. For the single instance, we'll configure the load balancer. So this step we are going to do. So what you have to do is you have to open the application file and make some changes and run autoconfig. But before that, what we need to do is we need to stop the services. Right, I'm going to stop the services and make the changes in the context file. So what are the changes we need to do? So these are the changes what we need to do. We have to open the context file and change this, change all of this according to this. So this one everybody knows about this. So yeah, so whenever you want to load balancer changes, first you stop the services, open the context file and make these changes. There are most of the things will be there, but even though you need to change, because you are changing your application URL to a load balancer URL. Sometimes it will be 80, sometimes it will be 443. If it is HTTPS, it will be 443. So that all depends. But here we have given, I'm just using DNS load balancer, and we are given some name, and we are going to do the changes, right? So every time you change, right, because you may mess up, because there are chances that many times it happened to me itself. We make a mess of it. and after this the application may not come up. That's the reason you have to take the backup of the context file, and then you open this file and make these changes. I manually do these changes, but only that you need to be little careful. So wherever this one is there, this is like, it is now LB load balancer, the first change. Carefully you do, because what happens is even one mistake you do, you have to spend a lot of time for debugging. It has happened many times. 100 times I think that I need to do it slowly, but still some or other thing, we will go just make it little fast and do it. That's because manual changes, right? Okay, this is web entry, HTTP, we don't need to worry. Domain is no problem. Yeah, so this one as domain is correct only. Login page. Yeah, login page. Login page also, it is LB. Okay, so active port is it is already 8010, so we don't need to, active page is it is by default. Okay, in this case it is 8030. Okay, in this case it's 8030. It all depends upon your ports. Then in that case, everywhere it should be 1830 only. Yeah, everywhere it is 1830 only. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I am using 1810, but the everywhere it is 1830. So that all depends upon your entries. So whatever is there, you have to just. Okay, that is perfect. This is perfect. Yeah, this one is little sometimes a confusing thing, but if you don't do it correctly, if you don't make this entry correctly, the website will open and again it will just close it. So it has to be like this only. Yeah, I think it is correct only. Right, and I think this is entry is correct. HTTPS, that's all. You save these changes, and to counter check, because I did, because there are chances of lot of mistakes, you counter check. Yeah, load balancer, no problem. But 2 minutes wasting time is not a big thing, because if you do a mess, it takes very long time for us to debug. Yeah, LB. So normally in companies, they they provide this entry, whatever is the load balancer entry, and you have to make that entry. Login page 8030. Active port will be 8030. SSL, I don't think we need to worry, because we are not configuring SSL now. Right, perfect. Yeah, so we are good. So now what I do, I just go to admin scripts of home and run autoconfig. So after this, you start the services. So with this, what will happen is one single application, we are adding the load balancer. So now next one, after this, what we do is after this, what we do, we will have another application, second application. So we have to import the second application, make host name changes, because by default the host name will be like this. We have to make the host name changes, implement NFS. So at the end of this, we'll have two nodes ready. So let us again go back to our steps what we completed. Why not we take this? Right. So these are the things what you are going to do. So this one, yeah, load balancer steps we are doing. So we can say it is completed. And we can verify also, completed and verify whether you are able to open with the load balancer. Because we did it. So is it working with single instance? Okay, first let us check whether it's working. Everywhere if you check, right, it becomes very easy to troubleshoot the thing. So single instance, add the load balancer and verify whether you're able to do. Then you prepare the second application tire. So we have that our OEL8 OVA file is there, right? So we will just import it and give a name called ERP, apps2, and just we have to change the host name. Change the host name to whatever we want. Then we have to set up the NFS server steps, and then we need to mount, because shared application file system, right? So we set up the NFS and we mount it. Then finally we have to add the node, right? We add the node. I think, yeah. So we will add the node. Adding the node will not take much time, 10-15 minutes it takes. Yeah, so you will have an advantage here because you already made the changes. Yeah, you have an advantage because you already made the change to load balancer, so you don't need to make any changes in the second application tire, because it all now it's already been, the changes are completed on the first node, so it will take that. But yeah, of course we need to run a lot of steps here. We need to run pre-clone. We have to start the run file system admin server, patch file system admin server. A lot of things have to be there before we can add the node, but one at a time. So we are here. Yeah, we are here in progress. So we will make the, so what are the steps we did? We made the changes to context file. So auto config, and open the application and verify it. So because it's working or not. So we'll prepare our host file. This is 14, right? What benefits of load balancer? See, whenever there are two application tires, then we need to go with a load balancer. If not, then lot of companies. See, you also had two nodes, right? In your organization, Kunwar, you have two application tires. So compulsory would have implemented load balancer. Otherwise, then what is issue?
This is hardware load balancer, right? It's not a software load balancer.
This is software load balancer, DNS load balancer.
But in application we don't have a software load balancer, or we have to take a third-party software load balancer.
Yeah.
Because as I understand, application tire requires a hardware load balancer where we configure in the firewall, which we add two entries of the host machine and one to redirect with our host machine.
Yeah, so the same steps what we did is we are using DNS load balancer. Okay, sort of a software load balancer.
No, but in real time, I'm talking.
Yeah, in the real time, yes. So in the real time, in on-premises, they will use FI load balancer. But when it comes to cloud, right? If it comes to cloud, they will use software load balancer. So maybe like 5-6 years before, we are all working with. I think we are all heard about FI load balancer. So in FI load balancer,
I am still working on FI only.
So that is, yeah, but now you can when it comes to cloud, we can use software load balancer. And here also I have used the DNS server where we have configured this, and we are using some sort of a software load balancer to simulate it.
Because all my not only about the EBS, I don't have a cluster. I have all Oracle retail applications on FI only.
Very nice. Yeah. In companies, they normally do FI load balancer, and there's a separate administrator for FI load balancer. He does all the changes. But here, we cannot have a FI load balancer. Like yesterday also told, right? I like few years before I decided to buy FI load balancer, and one of my students purchased it. Only that he couldn't bring from US. He told, sir, I purchased for you. You told no, okay. He purchased for me, but he couldn't. It's a heavy weight, so he couldn't bring it. That was a story 5-6 years before. Then I want to simulate it. I wanted to show you. Actually, even for this batch also, I wanted to show, and I was trying different methods. So one, I was thinking, we can use this Oracle Cloud Load Balancer. I wanted to show that, but what are maybe finally I found this DNS server option. I found some very good link where they are able to simulate this using this DNS server. So what we are doing is a DNS load balancer. In the DNS, we are making the entries for both the load balancer. So for example, so we have two machines, right? So first machine, yeah, we made an entry. Now when the second machine comes up, we'll make other entry, and you can simulate. But in real time, what they give you is they just give a load balancer name. So once they give a load balancer, you just ask them, please give us the load balancer name. So they give the load balancer name. So then what you do in the application, you just have to make these changes and run the autoconfig. Okay, so I just want to so 14, right? So now I have to open the Windows machine. Go to host file and make the changes, because so this is now 14. Okay, so now this is not required, because now we are using this second load balancer. We do not know when second load balancer comes up. I will add another entry here. Now currently our system should run with this one. Okay, so I want to show you one at a time, because for some of the people, I think even John also told, sir, because this is, if you attend from the beginning, it will be little easy, but suddenly you jump on here, maybe little bit I know it will be little tough. That's what I just yesterday John messaged me. I have to, so maybe you have to go for, I shared the previous recording sessions for the batch. So the existing people, it becomes very easy for you, because you are gone like a simple process. Here we have started only advanced courses, now advanced batch from this week. So unless you understand the fundamentals, it becomes very easy. So John told, he told that he will go through all the sessions, then he may come. Maybe next week he'll come. But otherwise, we have Rashid and Rashid, you are following?
Yeah, following actually. Actually, my system, I told her today I checked 8 GB RAM only. I want to extend.
Oh boy, my dog, just ate. Okay, so now let me see whether I'm able to access. So now the URL will change, and this is the new URL. So this is working with a single instance. Okay. So now you check it whether you are able to open. Yeah. So now see the load balancer is functioning. So now see it is working. It is going to lb appsdba.info. So are you guys clear till this point?
Yeah, Kishore.
Yes.
Everyone is clear, right? If you have any doubts, you have to ask me.
Sir, in the real environment also, we are doing the same in LB, whatever the load balancer name, and we will put there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
the-
So this name they will give us in the real-time environment. They will just give the load balancer name, and we just have to make the, make these changes in the, in the context file, and we run the auto config. Even in in OCI also same thing. We create a load balancer, we'll get a load balancer name, and we perform the same steps. Okay. So now we'll go to the next step. We prepare the so we have completed the third step. Now we prepare the second application tag. So for that, what I need to do, I need to go to my VNC, and I have to add a new node. Okay, so I have my EBS application, EBS apps 1. So what I'll do is I will import
Sir, we will do clone also for this, through
yeah,
VM.
some people will do clone. They'll take an existing one and clone, and since I have an OVA file, I am using it.
I do generally clone only, Kishore, for VMware.
Yeah, good. Right. So this is so what we'll do, we'll give a name called EBS apps 2, and here what I'll do, I'll reduce the memory because I think it is only application tag, right? So 6 GB should be fine. And here, I need to find a location for this. I'll connect to my main machine. My host machine. So share DMZ, right? So we will put it in a separate location so that this will be empty for us. So we will put this location. So all the files will be stored in this location, right? So now my second application tier is getting ready. I will get a new IP for this.
So you are installing only Linux, right, sir?
Linux 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, Linux 8. So now your first application is running fine with the load balancer. So now, we in a OCI, in a cloud, we provision a compute instance. In real time, they provide the application 1, they provide the application 2 for you. Okay, so EBS apps 1 and EBS apps 2. Let me start it.
So, sir, now you have 3 machines. One is for the DNS, one is for the single instance primary node, and this is the third one. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
And DNS memory is 6 GB.
Yeah, 6 GB. Yeah.
And the primary is at 16 GB.
16. Yeah, and this one is a 6 GB.
6 GB.
Okay, so first we need to identify what is the IP address of this machine. Because it gets dynamically, my Airtel provider will provide the dynamic IP. So the load balancer we configured on the primary machine, and now we are adding it. So to go to activities and find out, I just need the IP address. Yeah, 12. Okay. So what I do, I connect to 12. Okay, so we'll just change the title. Apps 2. So this is apps 1. And this is our DNS server. Okay, so good. So the first step, right? I want to change the host name. So how do you change the host name? Yeah, that is the host name CTL, right? Right. So host name, what will give? You will give ERP22, 1222. ERP12, now ERP22. So this is the host. That's only one step you do, and you re-log in. So the host name will be changed. And only that, what you need to do, okay, what we need to do is we need to make an entry in the host file. 112, right? 12. Okay. Oh, replace 2. Replace 2. And also what you need to do, and also we need to make an entry. We have to take the first application, because first application tire information, we just have to make the entry, because both have to talk to each other, because both are similarly. Take the first application tire information, sorry, second application tire information, and put it in the first machine. Yeah. All right, so we can make the load balancer changes now, and we can see NS lookup. So now we identified that it is 12. So now you go to your DNS server, second DNS, second information. So you just have to make entries 2 files. One is the forward zone. So same name. So make the entry 12. And second file is this one. So make an entry. That's all. 2 entries are made. So you just have to start the services. And you, in every client, by default, it doesn't comes up, right? What should we do? What should we do? Anyone? Yeah, we have to make an entry in the resolve.conf, because normally in resolve.conf only your DNS server setups are done. So you have to open this and tell the system what is the DNS server. So DNS server is 7. And make it, because every time you reboot, when you reboot the system, so now it becomes like a read only. So now you say NS lookup, load balance. That's it. It's working fine. The load balancer steps are completed. Okay. So now let us see. Yeah.
Now, sir, in the NS lookup, both IPs are there, right?
Yeah. So now even in the first mission also, if you say NS lookup, it will come 2 IPs, I see. and it will see, yeah, when you say NS lookup, you are getting this too. Yeah, this is, yeah. So yeah, we are good with the load balancer. Now we'll set up the NFS, NFS setup. So for that, we need to install on the server. We need to install this. I think it is already installed. How do you check? How do you check a package? Yeah, package installed. Oh yeah. So by default it is installed. If it is not there, you need to install this. So let us see if after installation start and enable the services. Yeah, so we are able to do this. And I just followed some documentation. I think so most of them I give the references. See, in 8 it is little different as compared to 7. In 7 it was very simple. But I just followed this, 2 links: install and configure NFS server on 8. Okay, so that's all. This has to be installed. This 2 has to be installed. Now
This is really a headache job, Kishore. In 7, after 7.9, really it is very headache.
I know. Yeah, I know. I faced it. I faced it. So now on the server, on the main application server, you open the VTC exports and you make an entry for four of them which you want to share. Okay, all these 4 I wanted to make an entries. I want to make an entries. Okay. Only there is one issue I just want to thinking. Okay. I given read write, right? Yeah, I given read write. I'll just make one more entry because the thing is, one issue I faced. I was not able to write to under QA. So I think even, yeah, so this should be done. Under QA, I should be able to write. Okay, under QA, I should be able to write. Because the system creates the EBS environment file and there is a permission issue. I want to see that. Okay, just make these entries and start the NFS. Oh, no need to start up. Okay, so now we need to create on the client, now on the client machine. Okay, on the client machine, we'll create all these directories. Oh, okay, maybe because, yeah, this is good. Okay, there was one issue because when I configured, it was not able to create the EBS environment file. So that's the reason I added one more mount point. So we don't want, the system will try to create a file called EBS environment file, and if there are no permissions, it will fail. So that's the reason why I am adding one extra step. Okay, now you go to all the client missions. You go to the client mission, any client mission, wherever you want to do, create all the directories, change the owner. Okay, so in our case it is Aura QA. So whatever whatever is the owner, you have to change the owner, change the group permissions. Right. I just want to check one thing because I literally, the system was failing for that. I'm able to write or not? Yes. So now I'm able to write because system will try to create a file and it failed last time. Okay. So now we need to mount it. So for that.
Sir, can you repeat this step?
Yeah.
From here.
Yeah. See, FS. Yeah. So FS1, FS2, FSNE, Aura inventory, and QA. So these are the 5 directories. So this directory initially I didn't create it, but now I'm creating because the system, when it add node or whenever you run auto config, it will create a file.
Sir, Sir, you created this in the second node, right?
Yeah, on the second node. Yeah. So client machine is, yeah, second node. Yeah. On the second node, I created this folder. I given the permissions, and we need to install on all the client machines. So on all the client machines, in our case, second node, we have to install this NFS, NFS utilities. So first, let us see whether I've installed or not. RPM minus QA. So this is just to verify whether the package is installed. Yeah, mostly it is installed because I have already installed it. But in case it is not installed, you have to install it. The advantage is now if you say show mount, right? If you say show mount, yeah, you have to be in a root. It will show all the mount points, which is something new things I'm learning. Yeah, if everything is good. Yeah. Okay. So when this is a there is some issue. Okay. Okay. So maybe what you have to do is on this server, we'll try to restart it. Yeah, we have to. Now, actually, this has to work. Wait.
So do we need to enable any sort of ports?
Yeah, I'm just seeing. Oh, okay. Let me see. There are 2 steps, right? I told.
Show mount minus A also you can give, right? So,
Yeah, but for me, it really worked. Just thinking anything other thing is missing. Enable and start. Okay, is there any start also? Let me add this. Okay, client create RPC program not registered. Oh, okay. So let me see my etc exports. I think I am. Okay, I found out. Okay, so here, right, I need to tell to whom to share. So that's the wrong thing. I wanted to share to ERP r22.appsdb.what I thought, because it worked for me. So you need to give the client information.
So maybe we need to update for all the entries, I think.
Yeah. So that's what, So now you enable it. And now it has to. Okay. So no problem. Okay, no problem. No problem. Let us see whether I'm able to mount or after that I'll come to this issue. Okay, I will just try to mount it and then I will see. So basically what you're doing, mount, go to the first machine and you wanted to mount here. Oh, it mounted, man. Okay, it is mounted. Okay, I will. These are the, if you want to reboot, these are the entries. But before that, I'll add the mount commands. Okay, 4 mount commands, I will add it. Okay, so this is all like, in the etc fstab, because if you reboot it, these are the entries. But for the, but first we can mount it and then make an entries. I'll put all this. Okay. Yeah, I have mounted everything. So all the things. So just I want to check for one thing, whether I'm able to write to D02 Oracle and QA. Yeah, I'm able to write. So I am fine. So suppose when you reboot, right, the system will, goes off. Now the system, the changes will become normal. So that's the reason why I have to make an entry in the fstab, because even when I reboot also, the entries will, the mount points will not be lost. Otherwise, every time you have to keep mounting, you have to go on mount it. So that's the reason why I am putting these entries in fstab, so that even a reboot also, the entries will not be lost. So this is good. Okay, so only these mount commands are missing. I'll just put it in the mount commands. Yeah, so now I will just no spacing. So manually mount all the shared drives, all the shared drives. So in real time, you can take any anyone's help. So, but in my case, I have to, I have to do all this. Yeah, so we are good now. I made it the entry and everything good. Okay, so now, yeah, so now we need to implement the shared application file system. So for that, only one command. Yeah, 2 changes we need to do. One is the S shared file system on the primary node. Okay, so let me put this on the primary node, because only primary node is alive. So you have to make it S shared file system is equal to true, and also this the web admin access has to be accessed from both the nodes, on both the nodes. So that's the reason why we need to make this change. 2 changes we need to do and run auto config. Is
Sir,
somebody?
can you explain it again, sir, for the WebLogic console access? So
Yeah,
usually
see,
we will
yeah.
a
So
primary
yeah, the WebLogic normally runs on the primary node, but
admin node.
when you make this change, right, when you make the changes, you want that WebLogic admin to be accessed even from the secondary node also.
Means like when the primary node is down, we can access through the secondary node.
For this system to work, it has to be accessed from both the nodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is mandatory in the documents, or in the document also they mentioned. But I need to see that whether we primary node is down, whether we can access it. But one of the requirement is they wanted to add here. So
Sir,
this is tell me.
Sir,
Tell me.
actually, second node is application running or not?
Second node is empty now. Nothing is running. Only we have mounted it.
We haven't configured it yet, right?
Okay. Nothing. Okay.
Okay. So now I go to the
we are just preparing for second node.
Yeah. So see, now the system is in the first node, everything is running fine. And in the second node, only that we mounted it. We didn't added the node. See, we didn't added the node. We only mounted it, and then we need to add the node. But before adding the node, we need to do a couple of changes, implement shared applicant file system. How you do that? Simple step. Simple step. You'd open the context file. Okay. And open the shared file system and make it true. Okay. We also just remember I need to stop the application. This is only one step. Okay, I'm getting heavy noise from Syed and Mantri Srikanth. You can mute if you don't mind. If you don't mind, if you mute. Yeah, good. So, yeah, so this is true. And the second one is, this admin access, WebLogic admin console node from where we need to access. So I want to access from both the nodes, right? So what you do, you delete this entry and make this. And remove the old one.
And the value that you mentioned for this parameter is the second node IP address.
Yeah,
That's
first
correct,
node
right?
and the second node. Yeah.
From 192.168, 1.12 and comma, okay.
40.
Both.
Yeah. And see, now also I'll make it PCP also on. So for that, because now itself I'll enable the PCP also, because however you're going for PCP, because again later on I change it, run auto config.
Okay.
So what is that? APPL DCP. DCP. APPL DCP. So now implement is, so now itself you make it on, otherwise every time you need to run auto config. So this is for the PCP configuration. We have to make it. So totally 3 I did. So I'll make this change also, so that all the 3 things will be happen. Otherwise, double work. Okay, save the file. Okay. I'll make a change here. If you want to implement for PCP, make the below change. Okay, right. So now we need to run auto config. So I made true. I need to run auto config. Yeah.
Sir, did you made changes for PCP in the primary node?
Yeah, I made this for the PCP. I made this APPL DCP on. I just made now. So 3 changes. One is the shared application file system. One is admin console access. One is for the PCP. So now we need to run auto config. Okay. Now we need to run auto config, and then we need to go for we need to go pre-clone, and then we need to add the node. Add the node takes less time, but all of them should run for us. Okay. Okay. So before doing this, what I do, because we are running auto config, we should not forget the basics. We need to stop the application. Anytime you make some changes and you're running auto config, your application should be down. Oh, I thought I brought my application. I wanted that command to be run. Okay, I just open a new one. Okay, so auto config is running, and we should ensure that application is down. Then you need to run auto config.
So, but you run parallelly both auto config and the third.
Yeah. So in real time you have to do this, but by the time it should get down. So here I'll just mention stop the application and then run auto config. Okay. Test system, nothing, nothing will happen, but we just have to remember that point. So 3 changes we did, right? 3 changes we did. So let me put all these 3 changes in this. this entry to go inside. Yeah, I'll put it in between, or I'll put it here. Okay, so 3 changes. One is for the PCP, one is for and the at name. Normally it's the same thing, so nothing to worry. The at name should be same, and then shared file system should be true. And next one is this admin console. So admin console, in which machines you want to access. Yeah, so then we need to run autoconfig. We have to run autoconfig. Even for the patch file system, we need to run autoconfig. But whenever you want to run autoconfig on the patch file system, we just have to disable this trigger. We need to run autoconfig and then enable it. So that's one thing what we need to do. Okay, so we need to run autoconfig on the patch file system. First, we need to complete this part, and then we need to do this. So what I'll do, so make the same changes here also. Yeah, so make the same changes here as also. Shared file system, shared file system to true. So these steps only will take a longer time, even in the real time also, all this, everything we need to be carefully do this. Okay, so and yeah, this one normally I replace it.
So there is a package that we can simply run the package and it will change the values at the context file, sir. Instead of opening the context file and then searching it and then adding it.
Yeah, and there are chances of a lot of mistakes only.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. If you use simply package, it will do it at the backend.
Yeah, share that. Okay, so now I'll just make the changes in patch file system and run auto config. So for that also, we have to, but before running auto config, just we have to perform these changes. Okay. Yeah, so this is completed. So now you come to, yeah, so what you need to do is on the first machine only, on the run file system, you have to connect as a manager. Yeah, you have to connect for the patch file system on the run file system. Okay, you connect as system manager, which I connected, you disable it. And then you come to patch file system. To identify what is the thing, you have to find out this file edition. Yeah, I'm in the patch file system, and just one thing I need to check, because sometimes that may cause XML. Anything deny is there? Yeah, so normally you should not have any deny. So here, otherwise, maybe for this reason also, it may fail. So I just allow it. And now I run autoconfig. Right, I'll just make that point.
Sir, in the patch file system, so we need a autoconfig.
Yeah, we need to run autoconfig. Yeah, because actually, when you add a node, right? When you add a node, your admin server should be, first you need to run pre-clone. and you need to the admin server should be running on both the run file system and also it has to be run on the patch file system. Then only you add a node. So that's the reason why it has to, because you are preparing both, right? Because you are preparing in one shot, you're preparing the run file system and the patch file system. So that's the reason both should be the changes to be completed in both the nodes. So now we are running auto config on the second node. Now what you have to do is, so once that is completed, we have to enable this. Once auto config comes, again you have to enable it. That's all. Yeah. So at least add the node we need to complete. So 45 minutes. Yeah. Mostly the pre-clones will take 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay, meantime, we can just go through the steps. So after this, what you have to do, execute at pre-clone. Yeah, we need to run pre-clone on the pre-clone of, we need to start the admin server, run the pre-clone on the run file system. We have to, if application is up, we have to shut down the services. So maybe this step I can put it first, because again, the admin server will come down.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir. So the WebLogic server, it will run on the admin server, it will run on node 1 only, right, sir?
Yeah. It will always run on the node 1. But it has to be
on the
accessed.
node 2?
Node 2, it has to be
Yeah.
accessed. Yeah, it has to access.
So in the node 2 also, the manager servers will run or will...
Manage server will run. Yeah, manage server will run. Okay. So what happens is, so after everything is working, you add the node successfully. I'll just show you what now we'll have. Now I have the screenshot. I know where you're coming from.
Okay.
After all of these steps. Yeah, so you will get like this. So you have, for the node 1, you will have the admin server, and you will have the form server, OA core, OAFM. Similarly for node 2 also. Node 2 also form server, OA core server 1 and OAFM server 1. So you'll get like this.
Yeah. No. My question is, so which point it is making node 1 or node 1 admin server or node 2 manager servers?
No, yeah. See, always whenever you install the primary machine, there the admin server is by default running, and the managed server will come. Yeah, by default, 4 managed servers will come. So when you're adding a node, it will not add the admin server on the second node. It will not add the admin server on the second node. It will only add the managed server.
Again,
No, the rule for WebLogic is, let it be, you have 4 WebLogic server, but the admin will be in only one. You cannot have multiple admins.
No, I understand. No, sir. So again, if we add node 2, it will add 4 manager servers, right?
That's all. Only 4 managed servers. That's all.
And so total 8 manager servers are running on the system, 2 systems.
Correct. By the time it is complete.
And if I add again third node, it will add another 4 manager servers.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. Actually, we are going to add.
No. My question is, can we control the limit of that manager servers? Because if I don't have resources, no. If I don't have enough resources, like
you can delete
Java
heap. Yeah. I understand what you're telling. Then you can, you can delete them. You can delete them. So I'll come to that point.
Okay. Thank you.
The auto config is successfully on patch file system. So now what after that you just have to enable. Very carefully do, because even most experienced people also, they fumble. Because I work weekends during with one of my guy. So many chances we missed out in the real productions also, because it is so many steps are there, right? So many steps are there. So you miss some point, and now what's happening is even production recently we had to add a node for some issue, and the load balancing part we forgot. There is 2 files, apps config file. In that load balancing, we forgot to make the changes. So now load balancing is not happening. So now we have to take the next downtime, and during that time, right now the client didn't know, didn't identify that. Once you add a node, there are 2 files where you need to make the changes, because in order to load balancer to happen, that apps config file, and there is one more file. We have to if you want to have the load balancer, we have to go on make the changes. How many nodes then only load balancer happens. Otherwise, if you don't make the changes to that apps config file and one more file, then even though you add a node, the load balancing will not happen. Everything will go to only first node. I think long back one of you were asking me, so how do you enable? How do you load balancer? So this is the way. The 2 files are there. I'll show that. Okay, this will take a long time. Okay. Let me run the pre-clone, because that will take like 15 minutes. Yeah, this command actually, this will come in 8. You have to do an unset. In a bash profile, you have to make unset which, then you'll not get it. Okay. We'll do that. Okay. So actually, you have to open the. So bash profile. The bash profile is not there. So if you say unset which, that even we are getting in real time environment also. Okay, so now we'll just run the pre-clone, and at least this will run for 15-20 minutes. Okay, so the load balancer part is a very, very interesting part, and where lot of people will fumble. Yeah. So there is an apps config file. There is an apps config file. So if for every node what you add, you should make these entries here. You should have these entries. Then only load balancer will happen, because it's a cluster environment. By default, when you add the node, right, on the second node, it will have correct entries. It will have the correct entries, all these 2 nodes, 2 nodes, 2 nodes, 2 nodes. Then load balancer will happen. But on the first node, it will not be there. On the first node, you will only have single entry, because you created first node first. Then you're adding a node. So when you're adding a node, it will take care of, okay, these 2, so these 2 entries, these 2 entries. So after this, what you have to do? You have to come to first node and make the changes, so that you will have a load balancer. Now see, this is load balancer. So first node, second node, then only cluster will work. First, all the managed servers, you have the first node, second node, first node, second node, first node, second node. So if they are missing, then there is like add ms command is there. Add ms, add middle tier. So if it is normally on the first node, it will be missed. So you just have to run this command, so that it will take care of the it make the entries something like this. So if you don't do this command, even though you implemented 2 nodes, the load balancer will not happen. So there are also mistakes people will do. Most experienced people also they do. That's the reason very slowly you have to do these things. Yeah, now because I did couple of times in my company and all, now it becomes a very habit to me. But for the new people, for the past 1 year, I'm seeing in my organization, they're adding the node. Sometimes if the add node doesn't complete, then you have to delete the node. Something they'll forget, and then again, a lot of things will be there. So that's why I collected all the tissues, and I want to be, when we do this, we have to be very careful. So we can only do a shared applicant file system. Next week, we'll see the DMZ part. But today we have to complete this, because in one slot, in one slot, this has to go. Otherwise, if I give a 1 week gap, we are lost. So only the pre-clone has to be run, then adding a node. So if you see this, we have to run pre-clone patch file system, then we are ready to add the node. Okay, so okay, I have one file to be created that takes a pretty good time. So I can create that file. So this will take some time, right? Yeah, that's a big thing. So let me create that file. Okay, so for the add the node, right, we have to create a pairs file. We need to create a pairs file. It's called pairs file. Okay, so you have a template. You have a template. We just have to create one. So constantly when you add the nodes, right, it becomes very easy for you. It becomes like a easy for you. So since I'm going on adding, and every time I play with this, so it became a little bit easy. But for the new people, first time you may little bit take some time. But after that it becomes very easy. That's why it's an advanced course. So what you have is you have a template file, pairs file. By default, Oracle will provide this. Yeah, they provide this file. Right.
So why we are doing this in FS2?
No, yeah, whichever is the run file system. Run file system.
Yeah.
So this is a template file. So you have to make the changes. Oh, okay, the changes are already completed. Okay, good. This is good. This is good. Yeah. So this is like a template file. By default, Oracle provides you. You just have to make the changes. And copy this file to the secondary node and pass this as a template when adding a node. So what we do, we will make a copy of this. Okay. Just made second node, for the second node, like something meaningful for second node. So now you open that file and make the changes. Okay. So going on, this is all good. This is all good. This is all good. This is all good.
So does it really, like compulsory to create a pairs file?
Yeah. So yeah, and this is what the document says, and we are following this method.
Okay.
Okay. So now what you do, so these are all because we already completed it, it already you got this file. Okay, so now what you do, this is very important. Here only people will be lost. So this is actually you have to make a copy of this, and now you have to provide the second node information. Very carefully, very slowly you do. A lot of people fumble here. So just remove the hash from the beginning. Okay, so our machine is not ERP12, it is ERP22. So globally you can change it.
Sir, variable is lost in the starting of the line.
Okay.
Before underscore. Control Z. Don't do that, sir. If you do that, if you take only underscore, there are a few parameters which is underscore.
I got it. So I cannot search for underscore.
Control Z. Just type Control Z.
Okay, no problem. Wait a minute.
Control Z.
No, it's gone. Because we made one change.
Right.
Good catch. So wherever this first node is there, you have to give the second node information because you're adding the second node. So everything is second node. Very important thing is every node you add, this will increment by 1. So if it is 1, it will become 2. Third node, if you're adding it, this will become 3. That one, lot of people, because it is a new OHS server, right? It has to have a new OHS server because this is the thing. So that's all you will have. Okay, remaining host name is correct. CP host is this one. Is config file is only this one. You just have to make a copy and make wherever ERP12 is there. you have to make it ERP22, whichever is your new host name, and remaining everything remains the same. But only this is the thing, lot of people. So in my documentation, I have made like whichever yellow marked. So one is this patch pool, you have to mention if it is missing. And these are the things. See, I made all the changes, and this is OHS2, right? And the next one will be even the services. So which services you want, which service you don't want. So if you, this is the place one of you were asking, like, yeah, whichever services you want, you have to, if you want to, whichever service you want and whichever service you don't want, you can enable, disable here in this particular. You don't want admin server. So admin server should be disabled, right? So we don't want admin server on the second node. You cannot. So disable, disable, disable. So I want the remaining services. I want the web forms and concurrent processing server. So these are the two changes what you need to do. Yeah. All right. So now what you do, you copy this and add this. So, and I think by now you understood that, unless you practice this,
Adding a node is easy. I mean, like
it's not
writing
that
the
easy.
add node script, but
Yeah,
doing the preparation
yeah.
work takes a lot of time.
Right. So yeah, the pre-clone is completed on the first node. We need to do on the same thing on second node. But before that, we need to start the admin server, and it has to be force patch FS. We need to start the admin server. So yeah, in second node, if you have to start the admin server, you have to give force patch FS. Yeah.
But sir, in environment we use the run file system, and when we bring up, we use start force patch up.
Yeah.
So we need to run the patch file system and env, right, sir?
Yeah, I already did it. We are in the patch file system. We are all
Okay.
Yeah, we are in the patch file system. We made the changes. We ran the auto config. Now we need to run the pre-clone also, because pre-clone will not run without the admin server. Yeah, so after the pre-clone on the first node ran successfully, so we don't have any issues. Yeah, and we are running this.
Then when we bring up we will run the pre-clone here in the patch file system.
Yeah, on the patch file system also we need to run the pre-clone. So your the pre-clone should be successful on the run file system. Your pre-clone has to be run successfully on the patch file system. Then only you have to make the required changes on that file. Yeah, so now it's completed. So now for add pre-clone app stack unset which. Yeah, because it needs the apps password and WebLogic password. WebLogic password will run only when the admin server is up. So on the patch file system, to make it, you have to say force patch. Okay. So now coming to this file. So what I do is, we made the changes. So I delete this the entries and replace with our entries. Similarly, what are the services you want? What are the services you don't want? So I will see by default already has given, because boss, you cannot, you cannot have the admin server. So now you only have choices for the first all of them. So like, I want this to be enabled. If I, right? I want Apache services. I want root services. batch variables are I want. See, when I'm adding the iSupplier, right, I have disabled this because in the iSupplier we don't give the concurrent, we don't run the concurrent processing. So like this, here in this case, I want it to run. So whichever services you don't want, whichever services you want, you have to enable and disable. That's all. Oh, this one I don't want. I don't want that as also. Yeah, just spelling mistakes use. Enabled. That's all. So 2 changes, that's all, this file. So almost from 5-6 years I've been using this file. Yeah, just it. So now what you do, you copy this file to the second node. Second node is 12. Yeah, now come to the second node and keep prepare your environment readily available. So you don't have any environment file here, okay? You don't have any environment file here. So copy this. Yeah. So I just copied that file. That's all. So now when you see how I add, let's say I copied that file. Yeah, you can stop the application, but skip the admin server, which we already completed. So we are ready to add the node. So we are ready to add the node. Only that before that, I will just check, if any deny anything is there, because otherwise you get error. So one we have already taken care on the run file system, but here also I will see. So otherwise, it gives you a connection filter issue. So for that, what you have to do, you have to go to EBS domain home, go to config, open the config.xml file, and look for deny. Yeah. So otherwise, that connection filter has to be allowed. And when you do this change, in order to make that change run, you just have to bounce the. We have already taken care. We already taken care of the patch file system, but we are taking care for this one. So these all steps I have mentioned. You have seen, right? I mentioned here. See, you get this normally error, the connection filter configuration error. So then what you do, you open the config file. So wherever allow, wherever deny is there, change deny to allow. By default, you'll have like deny. You just have to change it to allow. And then you have to bounce the administration server. So then this is the add node part. Add node part.
Sir, I just pinged you the command to update the file with the parameters.
Yeah, you
No
give
need
an
to open the
example.
file and execute that.
You give an example also, like with example you should. Oh, okay. I got what it is. Nice.
So
Okay. So now we are ready to add the node. We are just waiting for the pre-clone to be successful on the patch file system, and now we are remaining everything we have taken care. Already we prepared the pairs file. Now we come to the second node, and we get this because environment file is not there. We have to, we need to add the node. But before that, I just want to check this is my correct environment. Hopefully it is the correct environment. So I go here. Yeah, that is correct. So this file, so it is home QA and this file, right? So this file we have to pass as a parameter, wherever the location. Yeah. And you pass the context file of the first node. So that is already there. This is the context file. So just let us verify whether it's there or not. That's all. Everything is ready level. So this is, if you see this command, per add clone add node we are giving. So in 12.2 onwards, you can only add node. By default, with the installation, you cannot add the application tag. You have to follow this process and you have to add node. There may, yeah. So I'm using this pair file. Maybe there are different methods how you do, but I am following this add node by using the pairs file. In the pairs file,
Right.
I added everything, and I'm doing all at a time. Okay.
Sir, right, sir. This is as per the Oracle mentioned document, but usually, even if you just run ADCFG clone, in the next prompt, it will ask you whether you want to add a clone node or not.
Correct.
In
Correct.
normal step method also we can do that. I mean, like that's what I did it as far as I mean, like I did it one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
We can also do that.
Yeah, this is like, Oracle supported method. So we are just going. Okay, we are just waiting for both are completed. So now we are ready to add the node. Okay, so I already copied everything in my memory. So now I'm adding the node. Okay, so once you add the node, it will ask you for apps password and admin 357. So if you see, first it checks whether run file system is up, patch file system is up, admin server. If you see this, if you watch, see, first it checks for run file system admin server is running or not. Then it looks for patch file system is running or not. So then it proceeds. Then it has failed in our case. So if it is failed in our case, what you have to do? You have to open here. Maybe I'm thinking the connection filter only. But yeah.
Sir, after the change, did you stop the admin node and restart it?
I did it for first node. So mostly connection blocking only you'll get it. Okay. Okay, in the patch file system only you are getting. So yeah, this is the common only error. The same connection filter only you'll get it. Okay.
Patch admin server is shut down. Sir, in the patch file system, just verify, sir, is it allow or deny? And then we need to restart it.
Okay. Okay, so you go to EBS domain home. Okay, go to config and open the config.xml file. Hey, how come this deny is coming again? Okay, maybe pre-clone is creating. Oh, okay.
Automatic delay comes.
Yeah, the pre-clone, I think. The pre-clone
auto config running na.
Yeah, I get what it is. So stop force patch fs. And start it. Okay. Actually, to make this change permanent, also I provided the commands. If you want to avoid it, I just want to tell you, if you can, in my documentation, if you permanently, this is like we are doing this change, but I also given the command, like, you can also do something like this. We used to do in add a filter, like something like this. Otherwise, you have to open this deny and make it allow. Okay, so this is the last thing. Only that is the only error I face. That is the only one error I face. So now I go back to our application tab 2. Okay, so again I copy this. Okay, you enter it. You just have to wait for the admin server to be up, because it looks for that. It looks for run file system, admin server, patch file system.
The same second node also, the FS2 is the run file system.
Yeah, actually our run file system is FS1, and patch file system is yeah, here it is FS2 and here it is FS1.
FS1 is patch.
FS1 is patch. FS1 is patch. FS2 is run.
And when we run the AD node command in the second node, there is FS2. FS2 is the
Yeah,
run file.
because run file system only we give the run file system information only. Yeah. So yes, we have to pass the context file of run file system only. We will not give for the patch file system. It takes care of everything. Yeah. Yeah. So now we are good. Now we are good. Automatically it takes care of it. It only takes 10-15 minutes, but the setup takes longer time. Admin server should be running. Pre-clone should be successful on run file system. Pre-clone should be successful on patch file system. Admin server should be running on run file system. Admin server should be running on patch file system. The deny issue, the connection filter issue. That's all. And 10-15 times at least if you do, then you get habited. The reason I am like from past 1 year, I am for one client rigorously we are doing this, adding a node, deleting a node, adding a node, lot of things we do. And after watching,
Why, sir? Why we need to keep on add and delete a node? I mean, like, are you doing any sort of an what do you call are you doing for any specific purpose?
Yeah, for
Like-
you. See, every time you clone, right, UAT, every time you have to add the node. See, you
Okay.
clone, right? How you clone? First you clone the database, then you clone the
Right.
application. It
A
becomes a
primary
single node.
node.
It becomes a
Right.
single node. Then you have to add the node.
Okay.
So every time you clone an UAT, you have to follow these methods.
Then is it not possible if the production there is two nodes? Okay.
You can have a single node.
But in the UAT you have single nodes. Possible, right?
See, what they did is, in my case, production and UAT, they kept it straight because sometimes some issues which comes in single node may not come in into. That's why they kept prod and UAT same, but development they kept it single instance. Sometimes something works. Suppose you test a patch, you test in single node, but in production it may fail. Then you get a doubt. Oh, our production and dev are not same. So that's the reason. What our customer did is we want to have a same environment. Prod and UAT are same. That is very good system. Very good. Like you can exactly simulate the issue. So okay. After this, we need to take care of the load balancing part. Okay. Right,
Sir, I have one question, sir.
Your mistake.
Suppose by mistake in production, if the second node was unmounted, so then what is the scenario? Just if you mount it, it will do everything, or do we need to start any services?
No. If it is that, sometimes when we reboot, sometimes it doesn't come up. We just have to unmount and mount it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So after this, right, very important thing is load balancing. Lot of people forget this. They forget this because make the changes to application for load balancer. Because even though you added a node, on the second node it will be correct. On the second node, the entries will be correct. But on the first node, it will not be there because you added first node, then you added second node. That's why second node will have all the entries in apps config file and other file. Right? So that's the reason I will open that file. There are two files. One is this apps config file and one is this mod WL OHS config file. This is the main file which does the load balancing for the for our application. How in suppose you have rack, so you have a scan listener it does the load balancing, right? So same way here also, you need to update these two files. Yeah, it is adding a node. I will open that files on the first node. I'll open that files and I'll show that it will not change. So how do you know the location? You have to say OHS. So that is the last change. If you do that last change, we are good. So we have to go to the OHS location. I normally find out the OHS location, something like this. Then you search for find.nonpomapps.config file. This is every day, if you like weekly one, something you touch base, you get this. We see for the whole last week I was doing for you, for the class. That's the reason I'm just little habited. Or I'm working in the company, I'm getting, but otherwise it's not that easy to remember all these commands. At least the last whole week I was going on meddling with these files. Okay, so here on the first node, right, it will still have first node changes because you are adding the second node. So that's the reason why you will only find only first node information only. You'll find only first node. See, only first node. Then the load balancing will not happen. See, everywhere only first node. Only one node information will be there, right? So, and also the other file is WL config file. That file also will have only mod WL. Okay, here also the load balancer. Yeah, you will have only one entry. See, the cluster. It still has one information. One node, right? So, yeah, so that's the reason a lot of people, you added a node, still everything is going to first node. So that are the normal complaints normally we get.
So yes, sir. For distributing the load, we need to add the manage server details here.
Yeah, exactly. So how you do is, now you can do, because however the adding node is happening, but now you can do, how you can do is, yeah, this is the command. I just want to see text file.
So add manage servers.
Add manage server 723172. Okay. I have to collect this information. Second node. Okay. So let the second node be added. Second node be complete because you're adding the second node information, OA core, forms, everything. So that's the reason you need to get that port numbers correctly. It will be different. For OA core, it will be different. For forms, it will be different. So we need to just make the change. Okay. So we have to wait for the second node to complete because I need the port number, correct port number.
So if you want to get the correct port numbers, just once you're done, start the manage server. I mean, like.
Yeah, I know, but yeah,
services.
Or you can get that information from
page file also.
Not from the page
console.
file.
Console. WebLogic console.
From the apps config file. On the second node, it will be correct. On the second node, the entries will be correct.
Okay.
Yeah, now it is working fine. Good. Executing the patch file system. The new application context file has been created. What is the time going on? How we are doing with the time? Okay. Another 15 minutes. I think we should be good. Configuring, run. Oh.
No problem, sir. So today, take your time and finish. This is very important.
Yeah.
The run is already done. Only patch. Maybe
it
should not take much time.
One is already done. So what we can do is we can collect the information. So what I'll do, I'll open a new terminal and I'll just collect the port number information. So I'll go here. Second node. What is the second node?
14, right, sir?
Yeah, correct. So let us see whether the environment file is created or not. Yeah, see, the EBS environment file is created. For me, it has failed because there were permissions issue on QA. That's the reason this time I've taken care. So now the EBS environment file is there. So now what I do, I copy to the home location. Copy the home location so that every time you don't need to So now what you do, you get your OHS. Now it will be EBS OHS. Always get this OHS location. This is a lot of people have the different methods how they find out, but I found this OHS, and it will be OHS2. I told you, right? Every node you add one, it has to OHS1, OHS2, OHS3. So now you go here, okay, and search for search for this apps config file, and I just need that port information. See, if you see this file, right, this file will be perfect because you added second node. So that's the reason
Right.
the load balancer has been taken care for you.
Same entries can be added. Yeah.
Actually, you can manually copy and paste, or you can use the script. So OA core, see, everything will be correct. On the second node, the node you add, right, it is correctly done, but these entries are not there on the first node.
First node.
Okay, so yeah, I just want to collect this information. So first is this port 7231. No, everything is 7231, 7231. Oh, it is changing. Okay, so one method is you can directly copy this and put it there. Yeah, these are the main files. And even if I take the other file, the mod
Hold on,
file,
sir. OA Java. Okay.
and the other file also, it will be correct. Load balancer will be done for you. See, load balancer, this is correct. It's a cluster. Cluster already make the correct entries. Yeah, see, forms, everything it has taken care. So yeah, I just want this forms port number. Okay, so this one I don't need. I'll just close it. This is taken care. So close it. Okay, this is okay. I'll just take the copy. Just take the copy and I'll compare. Yeah, I think for the forms and OA core, this is the correct one. Okay, so you can add it. If anything is missing, we can again compare and make the changes manually.
Sir, I think we need to give the different name of manage servers, OA core server 2, something like that.
No. Yeah, it is the host name. Main is the host name because that is the host name, right? So that is what we are doing. So I'll just show you. So I'm going to my first node and making the changes. Changes are completed. So now you can open and verify. Open and verify. Yeah. So that small change you did, and yeah. So it has added here. It has added here.
Sir, this step is not understand what you are doing, because the patch is running, the adding node is running in the second system, second nodes, and then again you come to make some changes.
No, see, what happens is the load balancing will not happen by default if there are not two entries. Okay. So by default on the because already the run file system add node is completed. On the run file system, the add node is completed. It is doing on the patch file system. Let it do. We don't need to worry. But the add node is successful on the run file system. So now when you open this two files, apps config file and the mod file, right? The load balancer is already done. The load balancer is already done. See, if you see two nodes are there, two nodes. But this will be missing on the first node. This will be missing on the first node. Okay, if you see this in the first node, when I open, we will have only one entry. We'll have only one entry. So when you make this, when you do this command, right, add ms means what it will do, it will add this, whatever you're telling to add OA core, it will make an entry, forms, it will make an entry. So that load balancing will happen. If you don't do this right, then load balancer will not happen. It is done correctly on node 2. It is done correctly on node 2, but it has to be done on node 1 also. Okay.
So you use this command for the node 1. Huh?
Yeah, you add this and we are just verifying. So we are just verifying whether it is added everywhere. See, it was actually only one line was there. Now if you see everywhere, it is 2 line, 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 2 line. Okay, this is correctly done. So now you close this and open the other one, mod file. Oh, here it is not done. Okay, so this has to be done manually then. Yeah. Oh, okay, I understand now. Because you told only to it has done to forms. So you see in this case for the OA HTML correctly done. Forms it has done, and OA core also it would have done. OA core also it would have done because we have given access gate. This is fine. It is OA core. OA core. Yeah. So whichever you are using, see you are using forms, it is done. OA HTML it is done. So whether we need for web services or not, we have to come to second node and verify whether it is done or not. Okay, I'm just coming to the second node. Yeah, see, it has done. It has done. So now, if it is missing, what you do, you can just copy that. You just copy that and go to the first node. Slowly, carefully, you make the change. Okay. So then forms client, just check the forms client. Yeah, forms client also he has done. So we'll also copy this. Okay, so I will explain you why it is happening like this. Okay, then you may not need for ECABAN because we are not using this, even access gate, because we don't have OAM right now. We don't have 2 OAM servers, so that's the reason for few things you don't need it. Okay, see, for example, YMS. So whichever services you are not using, right, you don't need the load balancer. Mainly for the forms, OA core, web services, you need it. Okay, so that's the reason I did the load balancing. Okay, so now let me explain you. So when you add a node, right, when you see add node is successful, see node add node is successful. So when you add the node on the second node, the load balancing steps are taken care. What are the 2 files? One is one is the apps config file and one is the mod config file. On second node, it is correctly done because you adding the node, so it knows that, oh, let me collect the first node and let me add the second node. So that's the reason why if you open this file, already everything is correct. Everything is correct. 2 nodes are there. 2 nodes are there. So load balance can happen on the second node, but first node will not have the entries. First nodes will not have the entries. So if you see, it was when I opened the initial file, you had only 1 entry. So in order to make the second entry, you have to add the MS. Add MS means add middle tier, managed services. MS means managed services. So this step you do. Then only the load. So that's why I mentioned on the first node you run this command. So you have to see that 2 nodes are there. Then load balancing will happen. Load balancing will happen for the application. If you forget it, load balance will not happen. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we have successfully added the first node. So now what I can do, I can stop the admin server. I can stop the admin server on the patch file system. Now we don't need the patch file system. Only for adding only we need. So since it is completed, you can stop it. So now we'll only work with 2 nodes. There are few steps. Now add node is successful. And load balancing also we have taken care. So I'll stop all the unnecessary things. So the load balances create Shazas. Load balancer is steps are clear.
Yeah, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So now both the nodes are correct. Now, before we can do it, we just have to, we need to run auto config on the run edition and reload the listener. Then we need to shut down, start the things, and then we run auto config on database also, and then we start the services. So we'll follow this. So once you start the services, you will find this. Actually, we'll see whether this has been taken care or not. Okay. Admin server is already up. Admin server is already up. So we will see what is my admin port, whether the entries are added or not. Okay. It may, it will not, it has not yet started. Okay, but we will see whether the entries are added or not. Okay, we'll go to admin port on the first node and check. Okay, so now it is 7031. Okay, so now you go to Chrome and copy this and 807031. Okay, 7031/console. Okay, go to admin and WebLogic. So by this, seeing the file, you understand whether the add node is successful or not, because you will find the servers. Yeah, see, and you will also get the port number information also. Keshav, you are seeing this screen? Yeah, Keshav, you are there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So actually, this is a cluster. See, this is a cluster, 2 nodes. 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 Right? So now now we are good. Now we are good. Just we need to do a couple of steps. I think these are all, that one I can, not a big steps are there, but just auto config steps, and then we need to start the services, and also we need to make the changes in our load balancer, our DNS server. Because now we are in the second node, right? If you see NS lookup, oh, we already did that, right? NS lookup LB. Oh, we already did it. So we are good here also. So we already completed the load balancer steps here. Only that in the host file, we just have to make an entry. In the host file, we need to make an entry for the second node also, so that, yeah, so this is one is 12 and one is 14. Yeah, so that's it. So now we will just perform few steps. We'll perform that few steps. One more step I want to tell you is that that if you see ADOP status, this is also one more step which will forget it. It will only show master only. So then it means that you only need to apply the patch on node 1 and node 2. So in order to get the slave information, the first step is we need to enable SSH in both the nodes. Then we need to run the FS clone. Then only that second node will come here. That's very important. Otherwise, what will happen is, if you see ADOP status, it shows only the first node. You're not finding the second node information. So this is only possible. This is possible. You have to do a SSH setup in both the nodes. And run FS clone. Then the second node information will come. Right? I will just perform those steps because I will just in 8, right? In 8. The steps are little somehow I'm not able to find this file, but the file is available in 19C
19C.
rack grid is there, that file. So I'm just copying it and I'm enabling it. You have to enable it. Then see, by default, if you see ADOP status is not showing the slave. So you do a prepare, then you can find like this. See, you will find master slave. If you don't do this, you're gone. You're you're not then the thing is, the whole purpose of adding a node is not solved, because we want to reduce the down patching file system. So it has to show like this. It has to show master slave. If one more node is added, it has to show slave. Okay, I will just cover this first part. Now so this file, right? This file, I don't know why, I tried in different ways of doing, but I didn't find it. But I found in the 19C grid. I'll open that my main host. On the main host, the file is there.
So share this file for us also, because
sure.
when we add the node.
Correct. So the file is there in the somewhere software. I think 19 Kadu software. In 19C. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here only you can find. Yeah, I found 19C grid. Only in the 19C grid, I was literally struggling. It took at least a lot of time to troubleshoot this issue also. Yeah. So it will be there. I know it will be there in one of the things. You just have to copy this file to first node. This is the first node 14. Okay. The user equivalency has to be done. What is user equivalency? See, if I am in the first node and if I go to second node, right? If I go to second node, because you are applying the patches on the first node, it has to apply on the second node also. But if user equivalency is not done, see, when I say SSH, right, it will ask you for the password. See, it is asking for the password. It should not happen. If it happens, then the whole purpose is not solved. So that is the reason why.
Before running SSH, just run ADOP-validate, sir.
Yeah. You want to say ADOP?
-validate. Yeah.
Yeah, see, SSH is a very good command, very nice. Yeah, see, SSH is not enabled. It is giving an error for us. Okay, so okay, let me put this command. So when you run this command, it gives you an error called.
It will unable to go to the second node.
It is not able to go to the second node. Okay, so in order to fix it, what you do, you just run this command. Oh, first of all,
Sir, this command will do the user equivalency.
Yeah, it will do a user. See, now when I say SSH ERP, if I say SSH ERP 22, it is asking for a password, right? It is asking for a password. So now it should not ask for a password. Okay, after this, it will not ask for a password. But before that, I need to set the password of Oracle QA. I'll give Oracle 12. Oracle 12. Okay. Similarly, I go to the second node. Oracle 12. Oracle 12. Okay. So now I come to the first node and I connect it and I run this command. So it will do a SSH setup for you. SSH setup for you. Okay. Okay, so it is doing a setup for you. In between, it'll ask you for the Oracle password. It is doing a wonderful job. Oracle 12, Oracle 12, Oracle 12, Oracle 12. Yeah, it is completed. Okay, so now
So
Hmm.
that file you have, the SSH file you have copied to temp location only, right? From temp location only you have ran this command, right?
no, I copied to the home location. Home location.
Home location. Okay, fine, thanks.
Yeah. So now if you say SSH ERP, it should not ask for the password. No? Okay. See, it will not ask for the password. See, from node 1, I'm able to connect.
So now
So
try to
same
run the
command-
ADOP validate again, sir.
Yeah.
So same command running in the node 2 also.
No need to run. No need to run. Yeah, you can go
Okay.
to the you can go to the node 2 and SSH ERP R12. See, it is connected. From node 2, you can connect to node 1. Yeah, user equivalency. Okay, so now we can run the validate. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I wanted to show. After that, I will run the FS clone and all that stuff we can do. But this is the high level. Like, see,
Yeah,
now
we learned a lot, sir.
yeah, see, it is verifying the SSH and SSH is good, correct. So validation, very nice command. Yeah, so you learn a lot of things day to day. Yeah, people are experienced. People are also there.
No, that's what I was been saying you multiple times, like in previous courses also. We can run validate, and also there are few other commands like we can run the validate for the different phases: prepare phase, cutover, finalize phase.
Mm-hmm.
It won't do any sort of actual work, but it will just validate whether your validate prepare phase will be finished or not. Will
Nice.
it be going to complete it or not?
Yeah, means I have to take batches every 6 months. Then I will remember this commands. and you have to attend also.
No, we are learning, and then like it is a mutual learning.
Yeah, I do. I see a lot of students have helped me to learn a lot of things also. In this batch also, to teach you only, I had to learn so many things. This DNS server I have never done. Honestly, I'm telling you, DNS server I have never done. So I just had to was so many different methods. I was thinking I want to give the simplest solution. And this DNS server is the simplest solution. You try to implement, you'll find it so easy.
Yeah, I'll start, sir. I thought of, I'm like, last 2 weeks back, I thought of installing the Linux, but that did not happen because of some, what do you call, my parents are here.
Yeah, no problem.
But
yeah. Chalo then. So that's all I have. I will take care of the I will take care of the remaining steps. I'll run the FS clone and all that, and whatever the steps pending, I'll take care, and I'll forward the notes, and with this you can implement the shared applicant file system. The DMZ part I will take care in the next week only. Okay. So that's all I have for today.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
So
Kishore.
now what's
actually,
pending, sir? What is the pending now?
Yeah, so the pending is so we have seen the screen, right? So now we need to run few steps are there: auto config on node 1, auto config on node 2, reload the listener. So these steps are pending. Then we need to start the services and verify whether we're able to see everything. And running, and you have finally, when you run the ADOP prepare, once that is completed, you have to see this master slave. Only then this is completed. So this is the last step for you. So if you see this, then successfully you are completed. If when you apply the patch on node 1, it has to it will apply.
Then all this command, what is the pending now? We will run in the first node, huh?
Yeah, everything you run on the first
node.
Yeah, you run everything on the first node only. Everything on the first node.
mean auto config and remaining this
No,
all
those
are in
steps,
the first
so those steps, right? I just copied from the
From
original
here.
documentation. Yeah, on the application tires nodes. So it means that all nodes on all the application tire nodes, source the run file system, run auto config. So similarly, you have to go to the second node and do this. So if the node, if node manager is services running on the patch file system, you shut down it. We have already shut down it. So it means that you have to go to the first node, run auto config, and you restart the listener. Similarly, you go to the similarly you go to the database node and run the auto config. So these two things are pending, and your FS clone, FS clone is pending. These two things are pending. I will make the changes and we can see the next week. Okay. So I will be sharing these notes with you, and you can, you guys can configure DNS things you have to configure, and shared application file system you have to configure. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Chalo
So,
then.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Kishore,
Yeah.
Kishore, I have sent one email, Kishore. Once you have a time, just have a look on it.
Sure, man. Sure. No problem. I look into this.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Kishore,
man.
actually, as discussed, I'm facing the issue, right? That file was not working. Can I share my screen?
Yeah. You share 1 minute. Let me give the that one we can do. So let me give the security thing for you.
Yeah.
Share screen. Okay, now you share your screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Quick question. Are you sharing this document?
Yeah,
So
I'll be
that we
sharing
can
this.
start.
Yeah, I'll be sharing these
Okay.
documents. All the 3 documents. Now all the 3 are perfect. DNS, DNS document, shared application for document. DMZ I'll not share because DMZ.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever is completed,
Okay.
that you will get that videos and notes by tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Kishore, you can make me like a host. So actually, I'm not able to start my screen sharing.
Okay, let me stop the share. Okay, I stopped it. Now you can share. Try to share. Yeah, people can leave. Because thank you for being. You can.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Devashish.
Yeah.
You can
Hello,
see my
Kishore,
screen,
sir.
right?
Yeah, I'm able to see your screen.
Yeah. So I have kept this file here.
1
and
minute.
I
1 minute.
unzipped.
1 minute. PWD we say? PWD? Yeah, I'll stop recording. Thank you. There are so many people.